everyone!
Hello!
Happy Sunday. Are you okay? How are you doing? We are absolutely knackered. We have, oh, we're waiting to pop up. Are you okay? Are we there? Are we live? I think we are. How are you doing? It's not popped up on our computer, so we can't see you at the moment.
Can't see any messages and I can't even click anything at the minute.
No, are you okay? Are you keeping well?
Is it upstairs yet?
Rolling yet?
Oh,
Right, okay. We haven't been notified. We normally click on it, but it hasn't come up on this one.
Oh,
there we are.
Yay! Right,
That's
go.
it. That's it.
So-
Hello, everyone. Happy Easter. How are you doing? Have you eaten your own body weight in chocolate?
Oh, I certainly have. I feel sick.
I'm absolutely knackered. So we'll just keep trundling along tonight. But have you had a good weekend, guys? You're
I'm watching. I'm watching myself.
Hope you've been well. It's nice to have it as daylight as well again. It's nice to be quite good out there and have quite a bit of daylight still. Possibly not by the time we finish, but are you all keeping all right? Tell us how you've been. Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. I don't do the whole religious bit at Easter. It's not really for me. You know, I've had the family round today, which has been fabulous. My granddaughter round, and we have exchanged. Well, I confess I didn't buy any Easter eggs this year for anybody, just because I just think the packaging is a rip-off.
Yeah.
I think the amount of chocolate, if you melted it down, you'd get no more than a chocolate bar.
I only got a couple for my kids as well, and that was about it. Yeah.
But I received a couple, which was quite nice. So I hope you're all keeping well.
Oh, I can hear the cat
The
on the
cat
roof.
is on the the cat is moving around. Oh, Tinder update. You ladies, you are so naughty. Yeah, all going okay. I think I'm a bit bored actually. I think I've got to find my mojo again. I think I probably need to have some more fun. It's all going all right though, ladies, and I'm certainly not lonely. And I'm still. Ignore the man in the background, muttering his smuttering. All is good. Getting there, I think. Hopefully, I will tell you I'm officially in a relationship at some point in the future. But we will see how we go, and hope you're all okay. What's that? Sorry. Oh. It's good to see all of you. As we always say, like and share the page. We normally put a little pin up that just says, like and share us. So we hope you are doing well. Who's that? Attilia, hello, my darling. You're right, gorgeous. Good to see you. Gosh, lots of you coming on already. Got 65 of you. Hi, everyone.
Try Badu, sorry. Kerry said.
Badu. Oh, okay. Is that good?
That's supposed to be the women get hold of the men. Is that right? Is that how it is?
I think you mean like they talk
Message
to the
men if they're interested, and then it gives them a chance to get back to you. Yeah.
That sounds a bit like Bumble, I think. We're full of bubbles tonight. Oh, Safia, how are you, my love? I haven't spoken to you for ages. We're trying to be full of bubbles. We are a bit...
tonight.
We've all eaten. Good evening, Dottie.
Had a big fat roast from the Cock Hotel in Stony Stratford, and that was bloody... Oh,
did you have to
lovely.
book in for that for Easter?
Yeah, we did. And there was a massive wedding on as well, so... Our dinner took about an hour, but that's all right. Yeah, the wait was really nice, bless him. So,
where were you? In the...
Just in the restaurant bit,
right?
Where you can have your breakfast and stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's really, really tasty.
Yeah,
do lovely food in there.
Tell us where you are, ladies. Remind us where you are. That's who I've got for my reading, anyway.
Yeah.
We've picked. You've all registered yourself on the post that was put up earlier on about having a reading. So we've gone through. We've been guided by spirit. We've both seen where we want to be, to see where we are. And actually, Dolores Kennedy, you have actually just posted on here, but Dolores, I've picked you for your reading tonight, my love. So we'll be getting on with that in a moment. We're under the full moon. Have you noticed?
I certainly have.
Yeah. Brings out the animal in you guys. Tiger. So how's the full moon been affecting you? I laid in bed and watched it last night. I could see it outside the window looking at me, so it was quite nice. Oh. It wasn't my bed, but it doesn't matter. I just, it was.
Of course it was.
No, so, and I saw the full moon. Did you see the full moon, guys? And does it have an effect on you? Does it make you feel... oh, what's this? Vladimir Cole. Very strange happened to me. When I've been in the car, I did feel today and yesterday someone pull me. Okay, yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of energy around. We are in a really strong place with the moon. It really will sit with us for 3 days. So we would have had it yesterday, today, and obviously tonight we will have it as well. So it'll be hanging around for a while. It's a nice, strong, healthy moon, and it's really good now that the clocks have changed. We're getting into that more Easter step and springtime, which makes us feel a lot more energised. And it's funny because I know that there is a lot more. I've got a solar panelled, when you walk up to my drive it's really dark, so I've got a light which is solar panelled, and I can tell we're getting a bit more daylight because actually it comes on now. The light is strong enough to charge it up. Normally what happens is there is no charge to it, so I'm still fumbling around in the dark.
Certainly has.
Yeah, Melanie Moriarty. Think the full moon has affected us both. Oh yeah, I do too. Oh, yeah, I read that, Robert. I'm making a gin. I thought, oh yeah, share it around. Feeling nervous. Are you?
do with them as well.
Yeah. So I hope you're doing okay. And you know, we love coming on every Sunday. We were just saying how much we enjoy it. Coming to chat to you guys, having a talk, making sure you're okay. And it was a busy week for me last week with work. Lots going on, lots happening. But just nice to know that you are okay. So Dolores, are you still with me, my darling? Because I just really want to come to you to do your reading. So can you just pop up for me, Dolores, so I can have a look where you are, and I know that you are with me. Is she with us? Dolores.
Do you want me to announce the winners of this competition?
Yeah, Dolores, you are still here. No, okay, so let me do this.
Yeah.
Dolores is still here.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. Dolores, I've got your nanny with us, darling, and she wants to come through. She's a very kind lady. Do you know what, Dolores? She's really assertive, and I know that she is somebody who is... How can I explain it? Will you read her messages out if she's here?
Yeah.
And I do get a feeling from her that she would tell you how it was. She could be direct. She's quite straight talking. She doesn't see things with, you know, puppy dog eyes or rose tinted glasses. And I know that you and her have a really nice bond, even though she is still in the spirit world. What I do have to tell you though, Dolores, is in a past life, not this life, she was your mother. So what's happened is you've built that bond, even though she's your grandmother in this life. You've got that lovely connection and you do have that link with each other. So really, just letting you know that she is your kind of mother from a past life, but gives her a strong link with this. She tells me that actually in her younger years, she had really quite a tough time. She had a lot going on. She talks about the 2 men that she lost. Do you understand this, Dolores? She talks about the 2 men. One, I think, being her husband. And then there was another gentleman. Did she lose a brother? There's a male, not her dad. I can understand her dad went before her, but there was another male. But I want to say I feel there was somebody slightly younger, a male that passed before her. So I feel that she has got these 2 men that stand with her, and she is lovely. And she tells me that towards the end of her life, she was feeling really quite cold. I feel like I need to keep her warm. I also feel that she either had a fall or that she fell out of bed. Can you understand this as well, Dolores, if you're still with me? Has she come up at all?
Oh, there. Yes, she lost him
a couple of months before she passed. Okay. So I do understand that there are these men with her, but she talks about being cold. She talks about having a fall or fall out of bed. And she just really was tired. And I think the minute that she went, I think she just really needed to just move on with her journey. She wants to tell you she's still very much around. I want to be in a kitchen with her. And I feel this is where you would be. She would come into the lounge and sit and chat. But I don't know whether you used to find her in the kitchen or whether you would go into the kitchen and then go through into the lounge with her. But that's where I feel I want to be with her, because I get this feeling that she is sat there doing what she's doing. So she gives me a feeling that a cup of tea was what she liked to have, and a cup of tea was what she would do. Always in the kitchen. That's lovely, Dolores, because she's just a very sweet lady, and she's pottering around. She's putting things in and out of the oven. Excuse me. Now, am I right in saying she didn't drive? She tells me she didn't drive. I do think that this is going to be the tail end of her life, because she says, I didn't drive. So really, I'm just trying to give you as much fact. She also wants to ask if you have her ring. She says, does Dolores have my wedding ring? I want to say wedding ring, rather than engagement ring, but it may be that you have both. I do also feel when she died, there was a falling out in the family. She is aware that there was an incident within the family on her passing, something to do with her possessions and belongings. Although I would say the way she talks to me, she didn't have a lot, money and things like this, but she gives me the feeling that it was destined to be given out as it was. And I don't think you are the only grandchild, obviously, but she just talks about you being an extra special energy to her. She's with you all the time, and she rubs her knees and says, well, they don't hurt so much, so or at all really once you go to spirit. But she is just lovely, and she does give me a very strong energy with things. She wants to let you know that she hears you when you talk to her. Well, you talk to her picture is what she says, Dolores, and she loves that. I'm the oldest grandchild. That's why I think she. Oh, that's why I think you. Oh, it's me normally swiping them off, and that's why I think that you very much have.
God, I did it again. That's it.
That's why I think you do have such a lovely link with her as well. And she tells me you looked after her, especially after her husband died as well. You know, she gives me a feeling that you would go and see her, chat to her. Her hearing wasn't brilliant towards the end of her life, and I don't know whether she couldn't hear very well, but it's like, what's that, love? Say again, sorry. So I know there is some kind of problem, and she actually has quite a good belief of this. She's quite open-minded. She believed in the spirit world, as did her mother, and I think that you must come from a very spiritual family, because there is this whole feeling of having that spiritual connection with her. So you know, I want to let you know she's around, Dolores. She says she's just asked me to do you a couple of cards, which I will do. And we'll have a look and see where we are with it.
Sugar.
It's because...
Oh, yes. Always said that.
It's because we've got that pin on, isn't it? It doesn't give us much space. Right, Dolores, let me pull some cards for you, my love. Right, I can see it's been a challenging time for you. I can see things have not been going where you are. You have felt as if there's decisions, but not either able to make those decisions or been free to make them. But you are managing things into the right direction, and things are starting to give. And I think that is to do with emotion of love. This is to do with work and independence. So everything is starting to move in the way that you want it to be. I see a strong male in your life, and I do feel that sometimes he feels as if your conquers become his, as if you want to do things, but I think because of his own strength and his strong energy, I wonder whether you feel that doesn't give you the support that you need. But I do feel that I've got a happy family environment, whether that's your family or around you in the family. I think the family environment is good. But you are feeling literally as if you're hanging around, as if you're kind of not doing what you should be doing, as if you're waiting, hanging on. But as the energy starts to come in, certainly through the summer, there's much more of a shift. There's a strong energy that comes forward. And I would say that you very much own your own energy with regards to what's happening. Definitely, you know, I've got the Queen of Pentacles coming up, so you're going to be very self-sufficient as we come into the summer, and that self-sufficient energy ultimately gives you where you want to be. I've just pulled the Justice card out, and this also tells me that you feel that there's not quite a full justice with something, that you do need to have a kind of a better level of knowing where you are, I guess. But your self-identity is starting to come out. The Hermit here tells me that you have been hiding away, not giving yourself the full level of understanding. But this is, yeah, you see we're getting strong, strength, triumph. Things are starting to come through. To be honest, Dolores, the cards look fab. Keep going as you are. Keep your intention. I don't know if I've lost her. She's not popped up. But I do get a strong feeling that you are very much still in control. You've got a strong command of what you want to do. For you, it's more about just being at peace with the inner self. Keep chatting to your nanny, my darling. She's very much around, still a large part of your life. And I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to do.
She's saying.
Okay, so thank you very much for allowing me to give you a reading tonight. God bless. Don't forget, guys, as I always say, share the post. It's always nice that you share us around. What can I say? And it's always nice to know that you share the post, which I think is really good. Thank you, my darling.
Okay, and I've got my free reading, and I've picked Tracy Roden. Tracy Roden. I think I've seen you pop up on here. Oh dear.
Tracy, are you there? Oh, thank you, Dolores. No, my pleasure.
I'm sure I've seen Tracy pop up. If not...
Well, we can always come back.
Yeah, Tracy Roden, are you still on there? If not...
There you go, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, Tracy. Just bear with me. Oh yeah, fantastic. Okay, there's a lady that steps in for you, okay, Tracy, and I do feel like she would have been a grandmotherly figure for you, okay? And as she comes in, she's sort of 80s, okay? I also feel that this lady was probably about 5'4" to 5'5" tall, okay? And I do feel like she would have been a medium build. As she steps forward as well, I do feel towards the end she would have had breathing difficulties, okay? But I do feel like problems with my right leg, okay? And she's just showing me right at the bottom of my leg. And I'm getting pains. So I do feel like she would have found things a little bit difficult towards the end with walking. Okay. Oh, bless her. I do feel this lady would have had hair to probably about here as well. And she's got like a little clip in her hair there, okay?
My gran.
Oh, and as she comes in, she is absolutely beautiful, okay? I do feel like she was quite a gentle lady as well. I do think, you know, if somebody messed about and she'd have this little, you know, snipe, but I feel like it generally she was a beautiful, beautiful laid-back lady. Okay. She's also shown me a hospital bed as well, okay? And I do feel like somebody used to come and visit her, okay? And she used to hold her hand and stroke it as well, okay? She's also talking about her necklace as well, okay? So I don't know who's got her necklace. And she's also saying that she has been coming in and sitting with you, okay, Tracy? I don't know whether it's you, but she's just saying...
no, it's my nan, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's coming in and she's sitting with you quite a bit recently, okay? I don't know if your energies are feeling low and you've been doing too much, but she's just saying she can feel stress around you. So I do feel like she's coming in, she's bringing you a lot of healing at the moment. She's also saying it's her making the noises, okay? So I do feel like she's making a few knocks at the night time, okay? I do feel like changes around you as well, Tracy, okay? I don't know, do you want to change your job or move, okay? Because she's showing me this as well. She's showing me big changes around you. And I do feel like I'm getting frustrated with something as well. She's showing me coming in and bringing frustrations, okay? But I do feel like May is important for you, okay? And she's also coming in and she's bringing me July and August as well for you, okay? I also want to come in and bring December as well. She's saying this is very important. She's also talking about an anniversary, okay? Towards the end of the year. And she's also talking about her birthday. And she's bringing in pink balloons and she's saying happy birthday. So I feel like there's going to be a birthday in the next month or so, okay? She also talks about the robin, and she's bringing robins in for you as well, okay? Okay.
I want to meet a man. I'm getting fed up of waiting.
Okay. I want to put summertime around this.
December, my birthday.
Okay, thank you. I do want to put around the summertime around this as well. Okay, just bear with me. I'll pull some cards out for you as well. She tells me she just loves you so, so much, Tracy. She just comes in with so much love for you.
Robin at work keeps following me.
Oh. She's just saying that's her, okay? But she just comes in with so much love for you. I'm also getting a lovely smell of perfume around her as well, but I feel like more of that, you know, the older sort of smells. You know, like the lily of the valleys and all that.
Can't beat those old pongs.
Yeah. Very, very, very flowery. She's also talking about a talcum powder as well.
Evening Steve, someone said.
Whoop, whoop.
Steve's in the house. Yeah, yeah.
And she used to use talcum powder as well, because she's showing me this as well. Okay. Blimey. Okay. I'm being told that you haven't had a very good time in the past with round gentlemen, okay? And I do feel like they've, yeah, not been the greatest. And I do feel trust issues around this as well, okay? And I do feel like sometimes it's really difficult to trust people. But she's saying it's going to be safe for you to trust this person that comes in for you. And I do feel around the summertime for him, okay? I do feel like the gentleman that they're showing me is probably about 5'10" to 5'11" tall. And I do feel quite light hair with him as well. And he comes in smartly dressed. I do feel it's going to be somebody that you meet at work as well, okay? And I do feel like it's going to be quite a good banter between the pair of you. But she's saying you can trust. I'm also being told about somebody who's having problems with their food as well. And I don't know whether something's really playing up on their stomach at the moment as well. And this talking about IBS.
No, I haven't. So much about a lot in men.
Yeah. But she's just saying you can trust this next person that comes in for you. I'm also getting a D name around this gentleman as well, okay? And she's also showing me money. She's going, money, money, money. So I do feel like this gentleman's going to have a little bit of money behind him as well. Nice.
So you got a friend?
Yeah. Okay. They're also saying that you communication as well. You're not communicating with somebody as well, okay? And saying how you feel. So all that feeling is just getting trapped in your stomach as well. And I do feel like the stresses and everything else comes out in your stomach, okay?
Me, yes, I have IBS.
Okay, thank you. Okay. There is somebody around you as well. And they're saying that there's... Awesome. There is saying that there's rumblings as well. So I do feel like there's going to be, yeah, something going on, okay? And I feel like backbiting with somebody as well. And they're just saying just ignore them, okay? You don't need to get involved with them. But generally, I feel like everything's going to be okay for you, Tracy, okay? And I do feel lots of... like relationships, and I do feel like everything's going to be good towards the end, middle to end of the year for you, okay? And I'm just going to leave her love with you, and I'm just going to say God bless. Thanks for letting me read for you.
My niece not speaking to me at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Rosina McCann, I've just seen your post for having my hair cut. Yeah, I had it cut in the week. It's at that point where it's still really short, but I do like it really short. The shorter the better. But I don't want it to look like a hedgehog or a bob brush, so... I have to make sure it's not too short. But thank you for noticing. Yeah, share the post, guys, as we all say. It's always nice to have it shared as much as you can. And I know you probably get sick of us asking. I want to come to... actually, I've got two people I need to come to. I want to come to Shannon Quinn. Shannon, are you still with us? Because I noticed you've been popping up. But I haven't seen you for a little while. So I want to come to Shannon Quinn. You were asking about whether you'll be rehoused soon. And the first thing I was getting was problems with neighbours. So are you there, Shannon? I'm going to do some cards and have a look for you. You've got a really progressive few months coming up, but I feel you've got to really hound the council or whoever for this, because I don't think it's going to come unless you're really pushing for it. I know I want to say you've been fighting for it. I feel like I want to say you're in the system. I get all of this. But I do think really strongly that you are going to have to take yourself out of this situation on your own. And I think whether that is, thank you Siobhan Griffin, and whether that is within yourself of having to do it, but I feel there will be things moving on. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm being told actually not to believe what you're told. You will be rehoused and things in life will start to shift. I feel that you grow as a person. We've got temperance coming in here, which is to do with personal growth, ability to know more about yourself. It's about the ability to have the passion of where you are, really. 6 of Wands, this is more about your motivation. I feel there is an energy where people do look to you. So whether this is other members of the family, Shannon, going, what's going on? But I do feel that you will push yourself very early into about May, June time, where I think things are going to start really lifting up for you. Are you with me, Shannon, please? Just so I know you are getting this.
Emma Quinn said Shannon's here, but I've not seen Shannon for a while, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if you're actually there still, Shannon. I need you to comment so I know that you're here, because there's no point giving a...
Oh, Emma Quinn. Shannon Quinn is with me.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so take it you're together, ladies. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Froze.
Okay.
Cool.
That's fine. You are holding yourself back, and I think you have been feeling quite restricted with things to do with everything, with the cycle and wheel of life, really. But I feel that you are learning to grow, and I feel emotionally, I feel fairly stable with you. Like, I think I'm getting into the link of where I need to be, what I should be doing. And I think really for yourself, you've had many battles in your life. I don't mean as in physical battles, I mean as in life battles. And you are a triumphant soldier coming in, having a good strong feeling about things. You know what you want out of life. It's just, I think, to be honest, Shannon, life hasn't given you the ability to get where you need to be. But your achievements will be met with the spirit. I need to acknowledge a lady who wants to come in here. I want to talk about a breast cancer condition with her, please. And I am very breathless in my chest with her before she passed away. I need to talk about a Joan or a Jean sounding name, which may be her or tied to her coming in. I've got an October, November passing as well, which I'm thinking, can you place any of this, Shannon, please, while I'm giving this to you? I'll keep going a little bit as well.
She's still there. She's just, yeah, she just keeps us saying her phone's freezing.
Okay. There is also this lady, as she comes in, she would have been quite tall and slim when she was here on the earth plane. Of course we shrink as we get older, but she is giving me a lovely feeling, and she wants to give me almost like, I don't know if it's fruit teas or a tea with a hint of, or something that's got a flavour to it, and I think that's what she would have had.
My gran passed in October.
Okay, so I think this is who's coming through for you here, because she gives me a strong feeling of it's okay. And again, I've got big mobility problems. Do you know if this was the lady with the breast chest cancer, or do you believe that's something else? I keep wanting to talk about aunt, and I think this is something that I feel is important. I want to talk about Aunt Linda. There's a L sounding name that comes in here. Can you place this as well, please? Because I'm picking these things up. You need to be more focused on the battles you want to fight. We can fight everybody with all the energy in the world, but I think unless you are more, this is where I'm going, this is what I want to do, the less I think you'll be able to achieve. So it's more about honing in on your skills at this moment in time. I need to give you the name of John, please, that's also coming in here. I keep seeing you're burdened, but some of these battles I'm feeling are not all of yours, to be honest, Shannon. Are you still with me? Because I want just to have that link with you, which I get from here, but if you're not communicating with me, I can't so much link with you. But I feel that there is a London influence that will be coming in around the latter part of next month, which I think will have an important energy with you, with where you are and what you want to achieve.
My Uncle John just passed.
Okay, I get this. And now, did he have the cancer of the chest or the breast area, please? Because I keep being drawn to this cancer feeling with somebody. And I know it's very common, but he's being quite specific. Somebody is with where it actually is. So I think that's what's quite important. And I actually think, you know, there is a nice time of growth. And I feel that you are true to yourself. You do try and be as honest as you can. But I think there are friendship hinges coming in. And I do believe you're probably going to have to be very purposeful with a friendship. Be honest about a friendship. Tell somebody how you feel about them in as tactful a way as possible.
Had. So I guess, yeah, had what you were describing.
Okay.
I think so.
With the cancer, you mean?
I think so. Just
okay.
Had, so,
okay. So it really is just kind of giving you the energy that you're going through. You're on the right path. Be a bit more stronger with regards to the housing. It will come. I think the universe is saying you already know where you want to be. and you know what kind of house you want. I think that is all feasible with everything. And I think really for yourself that you just need a little bit more energy from the universe given to you. This will push and encourage you to get where you need to be. This in turn gives you a better structure of the future. So love and light to you, my darling. Thank you for letting me give you a reading.
Okay. During the week, I had another hacker, unfortunately.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, which was a complete pain in the bum.
Yeah,
but,
so you need to say, really, don't you? If people do get a request from you,
anything,
you don't...
Yeah, please do not accept. I never, ever, ever ask anyone for any money at all, okay? So if anybody gets asked for money, has messages or anything like that, just ignore it or report it to Facebook.
Also notify us as well, though.
Yeah, notify us as well. But there was a lady called... who paid £10, unfortunately, and I've said that, you know, I'll give her a free reading this evening.
Has she come on?
I have seen her.
Oh, you have?
I think, yeah.
What's the name?
Lillian McCarthy.
Lillian McCarthy. But I just said, yeah, that I could give her a free reading.
Are you there, Lillian? If you are, can you just pop up and say hi? Yeah, we unfortunately, with the line of work that we do and Facebook being as easy as it is to set up an account, it is very easy for somebody to set up an account. Of course, payment is a bit of an issue, and if you are being paid to give money to a name that's not, you know, relevant, or even, you know, unfortunately, as this lady gave her details over Messenger, that is just not a safe way to do it. For one, they could take any amount of money that they want, and two, we just don't work like that. So really for yourselves, just please, if you're not sure, it would always only be an approach from you to us for a reading, never vice versa. And you know, Natalie and I both run private practices, and if you want a reading with Natalie, please access her through this page. And as I say most weeks, if you want a reading with me, then please go to www.jenniegrayson.com. That takes you through to my private practice. And you can just pop an email on there just at the bottom of the page, and it pings through into my email, and you'll be contacted by Sam, and she'll be able to book you in for a reading. Yeah, has she popped up at all?
What was the name, sorry?
Lillian McCarthy.
No, I've not seen her.
No. That's
okay.
All right. I can send her one. Yeah. She pops up any time, then I can send
Lillian,
her one.
we will give you a reading, Natalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I've got a lady called Katie Farrell.
Farrell, yeah.
Farrell. Katie Farrell. And she was saying...
Hi, Dom. Sorry.
That's all right. She was saying that on like that at home, she can feel that there's somebody around, and should she be scared of this person? Okay. I'll just wait till she see if she comes on or not. Probably another one's disappeared.
I know, she has been popping up though. Katie Farrell.
Katie Farrell's there, yeah.
Cool. Okay. But I just want to say that I don't feel like it's anything to worry about at all, and I'm actually picking up a gentleman around you that likes to pop in and say hello, okay? I'm also getting a smell of cigarettes around him as well, and sometimes he likes to leave that smell, okay? I do feel like this gentleman would have probably been about 5'10" to 5'11" tall, okay? And I do feel like he was a medium build, okay? He does come in and he has a little bit of a pot belly as well, bless him. And he would have had whitish hair. I do feel like when he was younger he had dark hair, and he's quite a good looking gentleman, okay? I do feel like he would have passed with the 70s to 80s as well, and I do feel chest related issues with him as well, as I get tightness of breath, okay? But this gentleman comes in and he has got so much love for you, Katie, okay? And I'm also getting a Jane name around him as well. So I don't know if you can understand this gentleman, Katie, because I do feel a grandfatherly figure around him.
Has she popped up?
What name, sorry?
Katie Farrell.
Yeah, Grandad, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Because I do feel like he comes in and he just gives you so much love, and I feel like he needs to boost you up as well sometimes, because I do feel sometimes you get a bit fed up, okay? And he's just coming in and he's just, you know, sort of stroking your back, okay? He just comes in and likes to stroke your back, and he also likes to tickle your hair as well and touch your head. Okay, so sometimes if you feel like, oh, I've got an itch, it's just him, okay? And I do feel like he likes to stroke your hair. He's also around a child quite a bit as well, okay? And he likes to watch over them, okay? He also says that you're not getting enough support around somebody as well, okay? And he's showing me frustrations around this. And he's also saying somebody needs to kick up the bum, okay? So he's not really happy around somebody at the moment as well, Katie. But I want to be bringing June for you, okay? And I do see changes for you, okay, around in June, okay? They're also showing me a piece of paper and a contract as well, okay? And I feel like something needs to be signed as well. He's also saying you need to check over this really well, okay? Because he doesn't want you missing out on anything, okay?
All the time, but I think that was previous to what you were just saying.
Okay. He's also showing me keys as well. He's dangling keys, so I do feel like something new's coming in for you as well, okay? Okay, he is saying June's important. He also wants to bring in August as well, and I'm also being given October as well for you as well. And I'm giving the 14th as well. He's giving me a number and he's saying the 14th. So I don't know 14th of which month it is, but he's just saying the 14th. He's also saying about an anniversary, and I want to give September around this as well. Okay.
Ooh, I wonder what that could be.
Okay. Sometimes they give in paperwork as well. So you've got something coming in the post as well. And they're just saying it's going to be important, okay?
June, his birthday.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, 14th.
Okay. He's just saying that things are going to become a lot easier for you, okay, Katie? I do feel like you've had a rough couple of months, okay? But he's just saying that things are going to become a lot easier for you as well. And I also want to bring in money around you as well. But he's also talking about studying, okay? So I don't know if you're going to be studying something new as well, okay? And I do feel like I want a big change around something, okay? So show me books and studying around you. Okay. He's also saying that you've got to let things go as well, okay? So I don't know if you've been feeling stressed or having a bit of self-doubt within yourself or self-confidence, okay? And he's just saying that you're beautiful, Katie, okay? And he's just saying that sometimes you just need to let these feelings go, okay? So you can happily move forward. You've got so much stuff going to be happening in the next few months for you, okay? And I do feel it's all good for you.
Just finished my manager's course.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, he's just saying that things are going to become really good for you and a lot easier. He's also talking about walking away from something as well, okay? And been in two minds about walking away from a situation, okay? But he's saying trust your heart, okay? Trust your heart and where you want to go, okay? You'll know, and use your gut as well, okay? He says, so when things don't feel right, you just trust yourself, okay? But he just comes in, he's just got so much love for you, okay? And I'm just going to leave his love with you, and I'm just going to say God bless. Thank you for letting me read for you.
Gosh, we're going thick and fast tonight, guys. How are you doing? I hope you sat down with an Easter egg and a cup of tea or a glass of wine, because it's all good. I want to come to Samantha Miller next, if I can, please. You've been popping up all evening. Pardon me, Samantha Miller, I've got your granddad here. Are you with us? Can you just pop up, my love? Be nice to see you. I know you've been dropping messages through all night. Just want to connect back to you. If you're there, please.
Do you want some more water?
I'm all right at the moment.
Sure?
Yeah, thanks, Nat.
Top up.
Okay,
Yeah, paid.
Okay, you're fine. You're there. Good, lovely. I've got a shift in energy. Use this full moon for yourself, Samantha, to really energise yourself, because your energy is quite low. And as I say, when we do this plate spinning in life, it's sometimes hard to know which plates to spin as fast as we do. Your granddad is lovely, and he thanks you for acknowledging him today. He's missing some teeth, or he had a bit of problem with some teeth, because he talks about having bad teeth. But he says, I've got my own teeth now, so I wonder whether he had false teeth and not necessarily his own. He also talks about his bad foot, which he wants to reference as well. He does show me hair, although slightly receding, and I feel just crossed over. And he's got a dry sense of humour, and he didn't necessarily believe in this, but did believe in there was a something after he'd passed away to spirit. And he was met by a stocky lady. I get the name Anne, Annie or Alice. Can you place this name, please? And she died really quickly, and she keeps showing me a doorstep. I don't know whether she'd just come in the house or was planning to go out, but the doorstep seems to be something about a passing. She also wants to go on about a passing in 1954, which is going right back, about somebody that died on a motorbike or a vehicle accident. Samantha, do you understand any of this? If not, can you hold this information and take it through into the family so they can see if they can understand this? Are you still with me, Samantha?
Not seen nothing for a while.
No, I hope you are still there with me. Sometimes just having that connection is good to know that you're there. And I do feel very strong that you are about to have a cusp. You've been in a cycle of change since October last year, and although you might feel that it's not progressing as you would like, there is still quite a strong energy with things coming through.
I will ask the family.
Okay, I also want to talk about Joe. This is a name that your granddad gives me as well, and he wants to chuckle. He's got a good sense of humour, and he just, as I'm always about, I'm always there. He wants to whistle. I've got a bit of shrapnel in his pocket he talks about, which is obviously a bit of loose change. And really, you know, with him, he's just got a very, a genuinely kind energy. He talks about you still going to his house. So whether do you go past it or do you actually go in it? Because he wants to acknowledge the house and being in the house, which I think he loves the fact of the house still being connected and remembered. I'm going to do some cards, and I can see... Wow, you've got nothing to worry about. I've got the Lovers coming up, which talks about passion. It talks about making sure that you're comfortable in your womanly body. You know, love yourself for who you are and how you are, which seems to be important. You've got a lot of strength, which seems to be sitting. And actually, I feel your family life, irrespective of whether you want it to be some other way, the universe does feel it's quite settled. So I do feel that your general family life is actually okay. You're emotionally stable as well. The Queen of Cups is coming out. That talks about our emotion, and the Queen is very much in control of all that's going on. You need to chuck the debris out of the past, my darling. This feels family, friendship linked. Pisses us off.
My nan. His wife a lot now.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that'd be when you're in the house, I guess. Really, you've got to dump the past. This seems to be dragging you down. It seems to cause a lot of... God, takes a drain off you. It's extra energy that you don't need to have to fight with. So it is really about going, I'm not worrying about that anymore. I'm letting that go. That to me is just really unimportant. And these things are all really kind of coming through. I'd say round about early midsummer, you've got some learning to do. And I feel this is what's going to be coming up. This is what's going to be starting to channel for you. I would say this is within a work day energy. So I would say just allow everything to start coming in for where you are. And this gives you a better strength. You're quite psychic. I can see that. I can see this psychic side here. So I would say work with it. Do allow your psychic intuition to start working. And people might think you're a bit of a fool, but actually you're not, because you are actually moving yourself in the right decision. The universe also asks that you're very clear on what you want to achieve, because they are giving you the world and they're saying you can have it, but you've got to specifically ask for it. We talk about £1 million in a Porsche. It's not really what that's about. It is more about for you giving yourself the strength to believe in yourself and grow.
I've been working on my spiritual growth.
This is brilliant, to be honest, because this is what we need to hear. I can see there is a spiritual energy there with you, and I think this gives you a stronger sense of balance. And again, you know, your learning abilities coming in. The doors are opening for you to be able to absorb more knowledge. Can't get me teeth in. So this is really about your time of growth. I feel you should be sitting in an open circle or connecting to more like-minded spiritual people. The fact I'm having trouble getting my words out talks about somebody that's had a stroke. and the overlaying the energy on me means that my words are becoming a bit jumbled and confused. Can you understand who had this stroke, please? Because this has given me a feeling that they had a speech problem and then it led on to the stroke. And again, I feel I've got a problem here with my left arm. I want to say I think this is a lady, but I have to say I'm not 100% sure, Samantha. But you're definitely heading in the right direction. Granddad's fine and loves the fact that you have a cup of tea with his wife and you sit and talk to her. Do continue to spend the time you can afford with her. She isn't going anywhere, but sometimes we do just need to have an appreciation of our loved ones, where we are and who we are. I know that she really does appreciate you going in, but he keeps telling me somebody has to keep their sticky beak out. Somebody keeps poking their nose into Nan's affairs, and they shouldn't be. So there is a real feeling that he thinks somebody should keep their nose out of family business.
Mostly my granddad.
Okay, I'm going to leave all that love with you. Bright blessings to you, Samantha, my love. He is a lovely man. He knows Nan's been looking through the old photographs and the old pictures. This really gives him a strong sense of purpose and he loves that.
Wish him happy birthday for me.
He says thank you, darling. Have a lovely Easter and thank you for letting me give you a reading tonight, Samantha. Thank you.
I don't normally like doing this, but I've got a gentleman with me and I've got random.
Don't mind random.
I've got random. Please like and share the post, guys. It's fantastic sharing. Steve put this.
Nearly 100 shares, so come on, let's do it.
Steve put this thing up.
Yeah, let's keep Steve happy. He's a moany old bastard otherwise.
Thank you. Love and light.
May peace be with you, man.
Oh dear. Okay, this gentleman.
Can you just turn that heater down? Sorry.
Yeah, you're getting hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Sorry, guys. Swearing me nuts off here. That's why I'm so popular.
But I've got this gentleman that comes in and I'm just getting such a gut-wrenching upset around him, okay? He's just coming in, he's so upset. And I do feel like he would have had an accident, okay? And he's just showing me his head and I'm just getting massive pains in my head, okay? And I do feel like that he was probably around 30s or 40s. And as he comes in, he steps forward and he was quite a slim gentleman, okay? I do feel like he had quite a good sense of humour. But I do feel like he had a separate side to him, okay? And sometimes he could be a little bit moody, okay? But he just comes in, he would have had dark brown hair and it would have been split to the side, okay? And it was quite short. But he's just really wanting to connect to somebody, okay? And I do feel sister, okay? But I'm just getting so much upset around him. He's also given me an A name, okay? And he's also given me an M name around as well. Okay. Can anybody take this gentleman, please? He's given me an A name, okay? And he's given me an M name as well. He's trying to connect with sister.
Well, Mary Kabani, if it's pronounced it like that, but was he 21?
Okay. I just feel like it's 30s to 40s. And I do feel like he had quite dark hair, okay?
Becca Kenny, he was 20, died in a car crash. I haven't seen any previous things.
I don't think that's him.
It's
no.
not him. I'm getting pains in my head.
How do you think he died? Accident or?
He's saying accident. He's saying accident.
Brittany Clark is his name, David.
He's just saying accident. I feel in my head it's just painful, and he just says I went too soon. It was a stupid mistake. Okay. I'm just trying to say what else. Okay, he is showing me a car as well and a motorbike as well. And he's showing me the right-hand side as well. And he's just skidding, okay? So I feel like the impact of the helmet and he spanned his head, okay? Thank you. Thanks. I was just waiting for him to show me exactly what it was, okay?
Oh, murdered. Somebody's put there.
Okay. Can I understand the accident, please? I just feel a car has come out, okay, banged this motorcycle on the right-hand side. He's gone down, his helmet, okay, he's just hit the floor and it's just his head, okay? And he's just showing me that he would have passed with a heart attack, okay? I do feel the stress of it.
Mary
and he's just showing me, okay?
My son had a head problem, he had an accident. Acted like a 30-year-old.
Mary said a couple of other things as well.
Okay. He's trying to get hold of Mum, okay? And he's also talking about his sister, okay? No, he's definitely had an accident with a motorbike and he would have had a heart attack, okay? I do feel like, and it's the shock of it as well, okay? But I do feel like a head injury as well with him. Okay. He's also giving me an M name around as well.
I'm just going to write that down.
Okay. Well, he would have been into rock music as well. He's showing me rock music as well, okay? And he's showing me a guitar. So I do feel like he would have liked to play, okay? Okay. He's also talking about a girlfriend as well, and he's left her and she still gets upset around this, okay? I don't feel like it's been very long, and I do feel like the past couple of years around him as well. He's also shown me July as an important month as well, okay? And he's also given me, okay, August, September time as well, okay? And he's also given me the number 23, okay? Whether that's the number of age or 23 and the date, okay? It's just give me the 23rd as well. Not heart attack, brain injury.
My brother passed away at 32 from a truck fire accident. Jennie met him, I can't read it.
A few weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think I was on here. Yeah.
No, it's definitely no accident, and he is showing me the chest as well. If nobody can take him, that's fine. I can.
So Crystal Owens Taylor just said, Jennie said he passed by heart attack. He passed on December 22nd, 2002. It's getting confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll let him go because I can't get the connection at the moment, okay? And I'll just bring him back in.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I want to say actually, one of the things I do quite a lot of in my private practice is parents who have lost children, either through murder, suicide, natural causes. And one of the biggest, because I have worked for the Met Police and done some work for them, one of the things that really I tend to have quite a passion about is murders, because sometimes there are a lot of things that don't quite add up, that don't tally, that people feel they, you know, there are a lot of partners by murders by partners, or people have died in suspicious circumstances. And sometimes one of the things that I'm able to do is actually to talk to them and highlight and give a kind of a level of understanding of exactly how they died and who did it. And I want to come to John Shelby Leoning. Are you there? You put that you felt your niece was murdered. Are you there, John Shelby Leoning? Because I want to come to you if I can, because the minute as I saw your comment come up, I felt that your niece immediately stepped forward. So can you just come back to me, John?
Yes, he's there, yeah.
Okay. One of the things I feel with regards to your niece is that she's frustrated that nobody seems to be accountable for her death at this time. Do you understand this? Because I feel like I want to say that she doesn't feel anybody has been processed or charged with a murder as such. And it all seems a very confusing time lapse. I feel like I can't quite add times together.
Yes.
But
this is Shelby.
Okay. But I do feel that a lot of people have suspicions and feelings, but I want to go into town. I want to talk about CCTV. I do want to feel that either I was strangled or suffocated. Do you understand this as well, please, John?
He said that's right, but it was previous to what you just said.
What does that mean, sorry?
It just said that's right, but I'm saying it was previous to what you just said.
She gives me a feeling that...
It has been 7 years.
Okay, she does give me a feeling that there are a lot of unanswered things, and I almost feel like I want to say we have to be very careful when we do this about crossing lines and accusing people of things we have no evidence with. But what I do feel I need to say is she knew who I feel was there when she passed. And I feel that she'd known this person for some considerable time, and I do feel that it was a male that also took her life. And I feel that although this male may never have been charged, I do need to tell you that there are some dark forces and some dark spirits that follow him. And the minute that I think he trips up or does something, he will be squashed very hard by the spirit world. And this is where karma comes into play and the balance needs to be addressed. Did she have 2 children, or do you know why she talks about the girls? Because she's showing me 2 little girls. I don't know whether that's hers and little girls, or whether that's referring to her as a little girl, but I do need to acknowledge the kind of the connection that she's giving me. So really any information that you can feed back to me on this, John, is really helpful, because it helps me build my link, not giving me...
Yes, 2 boys.
Oh, 2 boys, and she talks about the girls, but I am aware of children that she talks about.
That's what I think.
Her and her sister, I guess, sister.
Okay, yeah, the girls could be her and her sister, that's fine. And I feel like she was estranged from somebody, so I don't know whether was estranged from her ex, or whether there had been a battle, but I feel as if somebody tried to control her, somebody tried to influence her, didn't allow her to have the freedom that she wanted. I think I'm in a building when I've died, and I feel this is possibly a home where I was, and she keeps giving me a feeling of strangulation. Can you give me any accountability on what you know, John, to be able to...
Yes.
Okay, to be able to kind of know that this is, you know, what she's giving me is what your suspicions are, really. As I talk to her, though, I do want to say that I feel the back of my head here really hurts. I mean, I feel like she's been given a clout by something as well, because the back of my head is just throbbing.
She was in an old home.
Yeah, I know this because this is where I can see her. And the feeling I get from her was I'm sure there's something in the neck. I don't feel fearful, to be honest, at the beginning, but I do feel that an argument, I'm being accused of something, she says. Somebody's trying to force me to say I have done, or I've done something, or I've been somewhere where I haven't. And I am trying to sway a conversation away, but I can feel it escalating. And I can feel somebody getting very aggressive with me in a very quick, short succession of time. What I do feel I want to say is I know beyond doubt that she knew who her killer was. She was actually, I feel I want to say she had her life taken from her, but I'm not convinced this is what the death certificate says. And she keeps tapping it as if there is a question mark about the evidence that was provided. And although I think the family pushed for a prosecution, or the family pushed for proof to come through, I'm not convinced that she feels it actually materialised for her.
She had many types of drugs in her after her autopsy.
And this is maybe why I think she's confused about her trying to give... I'm trying to get away from somebody, but maybe she isn't functioning properly because of what she's done and what she's happened. But whether she then regurgitated some of this, I don't know. She had
many types of drugs in her after her autopsy.
You see, I'm not totally convinced that she put all of those in her body herself. I know that sounds random as well, and I know she'd been having a good day and she was enjoying herself, but there's something here in my neck and the back. Do you know if she convulsed? Do you know if she was strangled with this? Do you know if she bumped her head? These are all things that I'm getting. These are all things that I'm feeling quite strongly. She keeps giving me this whole I can't breathe feeling. And I do feel I'm trying to get off of a chair or a bed or a sofa. I'm getting off. I'm trying to get onto the floor. And I just keep feeling as if there are people there, but they're not. One man in particular, but not listening to what I'm saying. And I just feel somebody's laughing at me. This is all really sad. I know that I have to tell you this, John, but I can just relay the last moments of her life. I want to lay on the floor. I just want to lay on the floor.
They never showed that.
Okay. I do feel that there were bruises on her body after she died and she was found. And I do feel somebody left her at her point of death, but I also feel somebody moved her off of the floor up onto a bed or sofa, so she was found not in the position that she actually died. I want to be about 2 a.m. in the morning for this, and I do feel that there's just bits in her house or flat that are missing.
She was in her bathroom and supposedly found on the toilet and said she was found dead.
That's rubbish. I feel that is absolute rubbish, because she was put there. She didn't die there. She died on the floor. And I think they're putting it down to overdose, heart attack, something else. I literally feel that her body was subjected to a few things after she passed away. Not pleasant. I don't really want to go into them on here, but I do feel that there was 2 people originally that moved her. One left, another man stayed, and then I do believe that somebody then made the call that she was found.
Yes.
So I feel really that you have to trust your gut instinct on what you feel did happen and what was right and how it happened, because I feel that sometimes we need to get that answers from her. But she definitely knew the person that was with her. Yes, she voluntarily took some of everything, but I do feel I'm encouraged. I'm kind of, and I don't know whether how can I explain this? I don't know whether I'll just have to say how it is. I don't know whether a sex act took place after she'd taken all these narcotics.
Her sister said her boyfriend found her.
Yeah, but there's something a little strange here. I don't know whether something had happened. He panicked, but it all seems a little bit round peg, square hole, John, to be honest, and I don't think it really all fits together. You have your suspicions as a family. You have your thoughts about the process of what happened. I think you need to stick to your original thoughts, because I think when you were first told that she died, I almost have a feeling that you went and he did it. So your gut instinct originally told you that that was just how it was. So I'm going to leave that with you, John. She's beautiful in spirit. I've got this hair with her that she wants to keep.
Her dad does also.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's going to be one of those things that I think you're not going to be able to prove, you know, exactly the energy.
Does also.
Yeah, that's what Steve's just said. So I think that you're going to have to try and give yourself an ability, even though we are 7 years down the line, the children have grown up. She was a troubled soul. She does give me heartache. She does find responsibility quite tough, but actually, in fairness to her, she had been doing really well, and I think life had been moving on really well for her, and she tells me that she was in a good place with everything.
Thank you. She was very fussy with her beautiful hair.
She's got this most amazing hair, really, and I think to those that knew her, they all found it very odd that she had so many drugs in her system. You know, yes, she had her days of drugs, but I just don't see that as being her main part of who she was just before she died as well. But whether this feeling is choking, but there's definitely a feeling I can't breathe and I've got some restriction around my neck here. I know this, but I also know that her body was moved, and I don't believe she died on the toilet, if I'm really honest with you. I just doesn't feel like it's right. I do feel her body was put under pressure because of the drugs, but you are right, it doesn't add up.
They said 8 types of drugs.
That just seems very random for the type of person that she was. The first thing I'm hearing from her is no, no, no. You know, that no, as if, I'm not saying there wasn't 8 types, but she didn't have that whole kind of thought with her. And what is really strange is they found some of it undigested in her throat. You know, there is this feeling of undigested, so I don't know whether it was put down her throat. Something doesn't add up. I'll leave that with you, John, and I hope that's managed to give you a bit of a better understanding to her life. She's beautiful in spirit. She's happy, safe, she's at peace, and love and light to you, John. Take care.
I feel her now and getting chills.
Yeah, she's around. She loves to be. She was intimidated by somebody, but she's very chilled where she is. She certainly feels safe. And to be fair, John, I don't know whether your mum has gone, but she's with, she just says I'm with Nan. And I have a feeling that could well be your mum, because there is a very strong-minded lady. My legs have all suddenly gone really cold, and there is a strong lady that's with her as well. Love and light to you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Oh, that's nice. Oh, bless.
No. Okay, I'm going to connect with Danielle Bowler. Danielle Bowler. She's just asking whether there's any family members that have been around her recently at home, because she's been feeling their energies. Okay.
Thanks, Polly. Gorgeous Polly. I love Polly. I must say, Polly, do you still doing your reflexology? Because I tell you, Polly gives the best reflexology ever.
I gosh, I've never had it done before.
Oh, no. Well, I actually
love
also
it.
had it done with the lady last Monday. Was divine. Lindsay at the Holistic Hut. Have a look at her as well. She was amazing. I love reflexology. It helps move my health. Really does. Sidetracking, sorry.
That's all right. I'm just waiting for her to pop up.
Who are you waiting for?
Danielle Bowler, and she was
she's there.
wicked. Okay, she was just asking whether there's been any family members around her recently because she's been being able to pick up their energies. Okay, I do feel like there's a lady around you, Danielle. Okay, and as she comes in, she probably would have been about 5'4" to 5'5" tall. Okay, and I do feel like she would have been a medium build. Okay, as she comes in, she's got brown hair, okay, and it just looks like a brownish greyish colour, okay, and she would have had glasses, especially for reading, okay, and I do feel like she would have passed probably about 70s to 80s as well, bless her, okay, I do feel like she used to say things as they were, okay, and I do feel quite a bit of confusion around her as well towards the end, and she used to call people different names, okay, so if Dad come in, she'd call them something else, and Mum come in, something, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, bless. Can you understand this lady, please, Danielle?
Yes, my nanny.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I just feel like confusion around her, bless her. She's lovely, and she just comes in and she's just bringing in so much love for you, Danielle, okay? And I just want to come in, and I'm just feeling a little bit upset recently, okay? So I don't know if your emotions have been up and down recently, okay? Because she's just bringing in that, and she just wants to put her arms around you, okay? Give you a massive cuddle, okay? And I do feel like I want to give you a bit of comfort at the moment as well. She's also coming in, and she's got a baby in her arms as well, okay? So I don't know whether that's with you or not, okay? But she's just coming in, she's saying, I'm looking after. Okay, thank you. She's just saying that she's looking after it, okay? I do feel like a little girl around this baby as well.
Yes, I understand that she was unwell.
Okay. But like I said, she's bringing in a baby as well, whether that's with you or somebody else, but she's just saying she's looking after it as well. She also comes in with a gentleman as well, okay? And I do feel like the gentleman would have been quite a slim build, okay? And I do feel like he would have had like a bit of a bent over back at the top as well, okay, when he walks. He also tells me that he had bad back problems at the bottom as well, okay, and I do feel like problems around my knee area as well. I do get a cough with this gentleman as well, okay, and he's shown me smoking as well, so I don't know if he smoked quite heavily when he was younger, okay, but I just feel like the smell of smoke around him as well. I do feel like chest-related issues when he passed as well, and I'm also getting my stomach area as well. Okay, with this gentleman. I do feel like the gentleman would have passed around 80s to 90s as well. But they come in together as well, and they're holding hands, okay? I don't know whether this was her dad or her partner, okay? But I just feel like there's somebody around her as well. I do feel like he had quite a good sense of humour as well, and he's laughing, okay? And I do feel like he used to sit in this high back chair as well. Okay.
I'm not sure who this is, as I didn't know my granddad, who was married to my nan.
Okay, thank you. But there's a gentleman that's around. I don't know if you can ask Mum or Dad, okay? But I just feel like this gentleman's around her, and they're holding hands and they're together. Okay. Also giving me April as well as an important month as well, okay? And I'm also be given June, July time as well. And I do feel like there's a change around this area as well, okay? And I do feel shifts of energy. So I feel like the past year has been quite up and down for you, okay, but I just feel like big changes this year, okay?
But no, he died younger.
Okay.
When did you read that?
No, she just said no, he died younger.
That was ages ago. Had since then. Could be her dad then.
Oh, okay. No, sorry.
It's alright, no worries.
Okay. That's alright. I'll pick out some cards. Bear with me, Danielle. You have to jump out at me. There you go, one. Pick that one as well. That's it, cool. Ooh.
Yes, there are changes. My job and new house, I've just moved.
Okay, lovely. They just show me patience as well. So I feel like there's something that you've been waiting for, okay? And it's not going to be coming straight away for you as well. And they're just saying, just be a little bit patient, okay? It will come, okay? And I do feel like the end of the year for this thing as well, okay? I do feel like there's somebody around you as well, and they're just saying don't trust everyone that's around you as well, okay? And they're saying a listening ear is a running mouth. Is that right? That's saying?
I've not heard of that.
Yeah. So a listening ear is a running mouth. So just saying be careful who you talk to as well, okay? Because sometimes they can spread around everyone, okay? So just be careful who you tell your secured stuff to.
Maybe my car accident. I don't have any. Maybe my car accident. Kind of lost on that.
Okay. We're talking about being grateful for what you've got as well, okay? Okay. But really, they're just coming in, they're just bringing in lots of love for you, okay, Danielle? And they're just saying big changes this year, okay? So I'm just going to leave the love with you, okay? And I'm just going to say God bless, thank you.
Well, Kathy, happy Easter from New York City. How is New York today? Is it cold?
She just comes on, bless her. Hi, Kathy.
Yeah, hi, Kathy. Is it cold out there? I imagine it's probably a bit windy out there. I want to come to Angela Russell. You've popped up a couple of times, Angela. But can you tell me if you're still with us? While I'm waiting for Angela to come on, Angela, I have your son present with us. Can you come forward for me, please? I do hope you're there, but I want to talk about sleep paralysis, actually.
So, oh no, it's okay. Different Angela.
Oh yeah, no, Angela Russell is who I'm after.
Okay.
So sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is... Okay, cool. Sleep paralysis is where I'll just describe quickly, and I don't know why I'm being asked to give you this, but Spirit are saying sometimes we are asleep, but we know we're awake, and we feel things happening to our body. Without, putting the fear of God in people, sometimes what happens is spirits will come to our spirits while we're having our sleep, and they wake us up, but we aren't in a controlled state to do anything about it. And some people have had some really scary experiences where they've literally felt compression on their chest, the duvet being pulled off, they've felt that they've been dragged out of bed. Sometimes even people think that they've felt as if they've had sex with a spirit in the night. Lucky buggers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Seen that woman actually running, and she had sex with a ghost, or apparently, and it was all on the TV.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, she was on this morning, wasn't she?
Yeah, she wouldn't go back to have a normal relationship.
Because it didn't answer him back.
No, she's got what she wanted. Job done. So sleep paralysis can actually be with a visitation from a spirit. And if you have had a really scary experience, chuck it up there for us so we can kind of have a read of your story. Because sometimes it's nice to know what happens. What you need to do when you go to bed, if you're having regular things like this, is to put some salt by the side of your bed. Sea salt, rock salt, Himalayan salt, it doesn't matter. Not Saxa table salt, although it is still salt, but it's not coarse enough. Put it by the side of your bed. When you get into bed, say to the universe, I will have a good night's sleep, and I am going to enjoy my sleep. Because sometimes when we go to bed and we're fearful that we're going to have these experiences, you're then actually opening the door to these spirits to come forward and actually do these things to you. We've all watched the films. We all know kind of, what happens when these things occur, and we feel as if we have, presence in our nighttime state. And this is because the brain level goes down to alpha. We have alpha, beta, theta, delta, gamma, and gamma is the height of the day when we're absolutely buzzing and life's moving on. We don't tend to pick up spirit normally at that time, unless you do what Natalie and I do. But when we go to sleep, the brain state and the brain level will drop to alpha, and alpha is where we see the spirit world. Now, the spirit world are there 24/7. It is us that don't see them. And this is why people say, why do you go ghost hunting at night? Why do you have to hunt in the dark? It is to reduce all of your senses to go and to trick the brain into going into alpha. Once you're in alpha, this is where we then resonate with the spirit world and pick things up. And I think the reason that some people are more psychic than others is because we have an ability to drop into alpha very quickly, and then can, perceive and be aware of the spirit world. But sleep paralysis is quite scary for a lot of people. Has anybody had sleep paralysis? Has anybody, watching who's had experiences at night? I can't. What was that one? Emma Brockheisen. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, Helen Lewis. Good to know. I used to think I was being dragged
off a
silver slab. It was awful. That actually is possibly a past life, to be honest with you, Helen Lewis. That is probably a lot of. I gave a reading to a lady the other day, and she very, very clearly knew she was a demonic sacrifice to something to do with Freemasons, and that a sacrifice had to be made. And she literally knew she was laying on a slab. She could see these dark entities, 6 around her, human entities, and they violated her, and then she was aware that she was killed on this slab as well. And sometimes if we've died in a really horrific way, that imprint is really put to us once we have these flashbacks, as I call them, and we'll be sitting there and be thinking, oh, just recently I'm
here.
Who's that?
Angela still.
Oh, Angela, I'm coming to you, my darling. I haven't forgotten. Recently, I am driving along anywhere. I went out with some friends last night, but I can be driving along, and all of a sudden I'll get a flashback to something that's happened in that place in a different time. And it's weird. It's like driving through all these canvases of different energy, of different times, whether it is a battle, whether it is somebody giving birth on the side of the road, whether it is almost like a happy feeling of living in a cottage, whether it is whatever, going down the road on a truck or on a cart. I just get these sudden flashbacks, and that can be where I am. So of course our gifts change all the time, but this is kind of, I enjoy doing it.
It's like someone was dragging me and I fell off and landed, but I can't see the rest of the
No,
message.
what does the rest of Helen Lewis's message say, Steve? Is it there?
I don't know where that is.
By landing, it is literally the reality of you waking up, and you might get that feeling when you first get into bed and you feel like you jolt and you have to put your leg out really quickly, and you're waking up. What's happening is
somebody's just written previous life ?
Yeah, previous life is what we've lived before we've done this one. Previous life is having had another life before we've come into this world and done this life. But if you have that feeling where you're going to sleep and all of a sudden you're falling, what's happened is your physical you has gone to sleep, the spirit you has come out, and then something has made your body go back into itself really quickly, hence the feeling.
Jumping in your sleep, and then somebody else has put...
I can relate to that though, what you're saying there about jumping out of your sleep. And feeling like your spirit's essentially out of your cell. If you like.
What happens is the physical is going to sleep, and you've separated really on in the first 10 minutes of going to sleep, and that sudden bang, like you've literally dropped into the bed, is simply what's happened is your something in their house, room noise, maybe partner's done something, or there's been something outside, and it's woken you up before your spirit or soul has reconnected back to you. And sometimes they believe that adult death syndrome, there is no grounding, I can't prove this, but they sometimes feel that what happens is you go to sleep quite naturally, your soul goes off out on a wander, but for some reason it gets lost and it can't re-travel back to the body that it's hosting, and then you ultimately die in your sleep because the soul isn't there. So you're peaceful in your sleep when you've died. It's just that your soul has removed itself from the body.
I've had that. And then somebody else has put... and that's actually quite scary that has happened.
Yeah, and that's really what happens is you go off into the stratosphere. So if you wake in the mornings and it's like 10, 11 o'clock and you're like, I'm knackered, I literally can't wake up, I feel really sleepy, heavy-eyed, really in deep sleep syndrome, chances are you have been burning the candle at both ends, and chances are you have been kind of giving it large, out in the spirit world, and then your body hasn't been as rested. You've probably been out doing rescue work or something, and you probably just haven't had a chance to accumulate the sleep that you really need. So I just wanted to put that out there. We do have different experiences, and sometimes it is just quite nice to give you an understanding spiritually of what happens there. Angela Russell, I know you've been popping up. That was
that one? I was asleep on my sofa.
Dawn Maitland, I was asleep on my sofa and felt someone dragging me by my hair across. Yeah, these are all spirits that visit us. We're vulnerable a little bit when we're asleep because we're not kind of, awake, and the soul is resting. And the way you've got to look at it is that sleep is for the physical to rest. And when we go to sleep, also it allows the spirit to actually get the help and the work that it needs in the background while the physical body is asleep. But of course, this is where we're not functioning aware of what's going on around us. Angela, I'm going to come to you, my darling. Your son, the first thing I heard when I read your first message, if you can just pop up for me, Angela, to let me know you're there. I just heard, "I'm sorry, Mum." And it really took my breath away, because I was very much, gosh, I feel really sad with that comment, because he gives me a real feeling that he really just, I want to say, and I have a feeling that whether there is a suicide element to this, Angela, I'm not sure, but I do feel that in some way he was responsible for his passing. Can you understand this? Because I just feel so, I'm sorry, and if I could turn back the clock it'd be different, and I just get this whole, I need to let you know I'm okay. It's almost as if, I don't think this was recent, but I do feel that you still are exceptionally raw when you lose a child. They always say a parent should never bury their child. This is obviously very much true, but I do think there is a okay, Christina Butler, you know you've lost your son as well. I am definitely coming to Angela, but sorry as well, you know, when we lose our children, it's absolutely heartbreaking. But Angela, your son is around. He's been on a lot of ascensions. He's moved his soul into the spirit world to learn.
We don't know how he died.
To grow, okay. There is an element of him wanting to take responsibility for some level of his passing. I will be 100% honest with you. He gives me a feeling that I almost feel like it's just odd, like the bits don't add up. And I think wherever he was, whatever he was doing, because he doesn't show me that, I just feel he knew risks were being taken and lines were being crossed, if I'm honest with you. He's beautiful. He tells me when he was here on the earth plane, he struggled with a dark energy, as in whether this is depression, whether this is struggling, but I do get a feeling that he'd not been feeling himself for a year, 18 months, and that he was trying to get on the other side of something. Can you understand this? Because I really want to connect with you and make sure that you know that I'm linking to your son, and he just gives me a feeling of learning, life coming through. He felt like he was achieving what he wanted. But he's very deep with his emotions, and I have to say, I don't really know whether you would know what was going on in his mind, not so much his world, but whether you didn't.
Somebody else is saying it sounds like her son as well. Sounds so much like my son.
Yeah, it is.
He was depressed, Angela.
Yeah, I actually can feel that with him, and I think he'd battled and struggled with this for a long time. You know, Angela, I'm going to be honest with you and say that I don't think this was the first time that he had dabbled with something to do with the passing. I really do feel that there had been other...
No, he didn't share anything.
No, I understand all of this, and I do think that he had in some way engineered his passing. He just couldn't... Life had been going, actually, the last 6 to 8 months before he died, had actually been petering along really well. And then I just feel he shows me something like the Grand Canyon, like he just came to the edge of it and just hit the ground and just couldn't. Am I right in saying there was a girlfriend issue here, Angela? Because I do get a feeling that somebody is like, nah, 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 in his ear, female, but not family. And I do feel that somebody was playing games, because he says it's like somebody was giving me a head fuck, excuse the French, but that's kind of how he's put it. And I think at the time when he died, he shows me being very vulnerable, very fragile. And I think that although he had told people he'd had depression, I don't think he'd gone into the depth of telling people of his despair.
Yes, he was engaged.
Because,
that's
another lady.
Yeah, no, this Christina's kind of coming in as well, saying she can take it off it. But...
Okay. Okay. I mean, I do feel I'm with Angela, but if you can take this with your son as well, Christina, then fair dues.
I swear it was Anthony. It sounds like him from this Christina, and then you've got Angela saying female friend.
Right. Okay. But I do feel that he just suddenly felt like he'd walked into this really dark place. It's almost as if he says to me, I didn't want to tell my mum. here we go again, I'm back on this trip, because you'd be like, let's do this. And he says, it's not that you didn't want to help or try to help me, I just felt it wouldn't help and I didn't want to try it. So I just do feel that he lost himself before he lost himself, if I can put it like that. And he's an incredibly sweet boy, really lovely energy. He's got a lot of, he's beautiful, in fact too tender and sweet for this world, as is often the case. So I do know that he is in a strong place with where he wants to be. He's happy, he is at peace, he is feeling that all is good. He misses your cooking, he misses your cup of tea, and he misses our chats, is what he says. Am I right, Angela, in saying he was cremated and you have his ashes? Or have you spoken about sprinkling him around? Is sprinkling, what's it called? Scattering. You know what I mean. Yeah. Because he goes on about, he shows me a pot and he shows me the ashes still inside. I know he's okay. He will prove to you he's okay. He does send you the robin into the garden.
Yes, I have his ashes.
Yeah, I know. And he just says, I don't know whether you're separated from his dad, quite possibly, but he feels there is a bit of a block in communication with his father. So I don't know why he can't feel he links to his dad, but there is some issue that is there. You know, I'm going to let Natalie now give a reading because I feel I've waffled for far too bloody long. But love to you, Angela, and sorry I didn't get more time to connect to him, but love and light to you in a massive way. Thank you, my darling.
What I was going to say is, somebody's asked, do we do mediumship circle? It was Jane Toll asked if we do a mediumship circle,
okay,
which is something that we are going to be doing very shortly.
Yeah.
We're just getting lots and lots of things organised at the minute behind the scenes, so with new website and training courses and things like this. So yes, to your question, Jane, we are going to be doing mediumship circles very shortly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that doesn't matter where you are in the world, because it will be done with you know, with internet. As long as you can see us, we can see you. So you know, you don't have to be in the room with us to do this.
No.
It is more, and then we will be doing some one-to-one tutoring courses as well.
There's going to be lots and lots of stuff coming up, isn't there? So,
yeah. We're preparing it all in the background. There's a lot that's going on, and when we do these weekly feeds, it's for you to get to know us, trust us, have a feeling that, you know, this is something I'd like to learn or do or understand, or have a stronger connection with Natalie and myself. So that it's going to be great. And when we start rolling out, it's going to be full on. There's going to be like loads of stuff that we're telling you about that we're doing. We're still trying to get our head around the media thing and about how that works. And so it's not just the courses, because Natalie and I have done courses over the years before. So that content's all there. It's more about putting it in a format to roll it out to you guys. So yeah, thanks for that question, actually.
And then if I just reveal the winners of the...
Yep. Then we're done on time. It just goes quick, doesn't it?
I know. So I put a competition up on the page, and it just says, please guess the number between 1 and 10. Okay. And the number was 6. So well done, everybody who guessed the number 6. Okay. But the 2 people that I've picked to have a free 10-minute 3-card reading with myself on Tuesday evening was Francis Maloney and Mary Astbury. I think that's how you spell it. Astbury.
Mary pops up quite a lot.
So Francis Maloney and Mary Astbury, you're both going to have free reading, a 3-card reading on Tuesday evening, and I'll send that to your messenger.
I'll post up as well on the actual.
Yeah, I'll put post up as well, so everybody knows who's what and what's where.
Yeah.
Can I just jump in for 1 minute and just say we've had 210 shares today.
Blimey.
Absolutely fantastic. I know, like, I go on about it, like you say, in the background, but that's for this reason. It's gone to lots of people and it's just getting shared about, so that's fantastic.
Oh,
that's
wow.
good. That's good, yeah. And we, you know, we do keep an eye on numbers and things of people that are around, and we know who our regulars are. We see you every week. You know, you're kind of almost family friends. It's nice to have a chat. We can't give readings to everybody, just so many people that do comment. And really, if you look back at the bottom after we finished, you'll see there's something like 2,000-3,000 comments. You know, you can't possibly give readings to those people. But thanks for everybody that's joined us this week. as usual, we'll be here next Sunday. Enjoy your bank holiday Monday.
Yeah.
I hope you have a nice time. We didn't have the snow that was predicted. Well, not here in Milton Keynes, so that's good.
I know.
But yeah, so love and light to you all, really. Anything you need to say, Nat?
No, nothing. No, that's it for me.
Have a good week, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it'll soon roll round again, and you'll get the lovely Natalie and I sitting here chops in our chat to you. And again, it's just to say, if you want the private readings, again, contact Nat on the page. And if you want to have a reading with myself, go to jenniegrayson.com and leave a message.
And just the final thing, as soon as we stop, you can hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, as Steve was saying, once we're finished, hit the subscribe button and then you get notified when we're back online, guys. Have a good week. Love you loads. See you soon.
See you later.
Bye.